For some strange reason, going into this one, I wasn't expecting that much from it. I had seen the movie before, it's one of the few that I have, but even though I do remember liking it, I don't remember being like wowed by it, even though it was Connery, one of the two major Bonds I was interested in seeing all the films, with the other one being Brahmsman. I totally butchered their names, didn't I? But even though this one started off slow, it got to the point where the plot began to establish itself and intensify, and then the more I saw, the more I really began to like about it. Then when I finished it, I'm like, I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I freaking love the movie. Sheesh. I mean, like, this movie just had a lot going for it. I mean, like, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna go straight to the awards this time and then kind of give more of my thoughts as I'm going for each award. Best Bond is still Connery, of course, because he's the only one I've seen. Soon to change, though. More on that later. Best opening is still Dr. No, because not only was that a pretty clever killing and all that, this was just an excuse, to kind of show a couple of effects and all that, and even then after the gun barrel sequence, just... It felt real slow and all that, it wasn't getting anywhere. Best villain is number 2. Why him and not Goldfinger anymore? Because number 2, while he does have some of Goldfinger's strengths, able to manage a large group of people and all that, come up with a pretty great plan. Number 2 comes up with some pretty good backup plans, is not afraid to take initiative himself, and does not feel at all awkward in high stress situations. Goldfinger just kind of blundered about a couple of the times in the high stress situations, not really planning it, just doing it on the whim and not really succeeding. Number 2 here, he improvised a lot and it worked, because you gotta remember in that final struggle between him and Bond, he almost beat him, albeit they both had to be concerned about not crashing the ship. Best money penny interaction, that's still Goldfinger. Best gadget is still the car from Goldfinger, because this movie didn't have any one gadget that fully impressed me. They were all clever gadgets, but when it comes to James Bond gadgets, you expect them to be sort of one of the main things of the show. Oh, and all that. Why am I saying show when it's a movie? Best one line, this is a freeway tie. It's between I think he's got the point, she's just dead, and I'm a licensed troubleshooter. I just love that because at all the times he's telling the truth, and yet it's kind of a whole different thing. Just Connery, you are just awesome in this movie, the way you're interacting with everybody, especially number 2, because that's another reason why I really enjoyed number 2, because the ongoing battle between them over the course of the movie, the flirtation of the women, the gambling, the ability to try and figure the other person out, and Bond is slipping away from his fingers twice before finally confronting him at the end, that was an awesome battle. Loved it. Best Felix is this one, because at first I didn't so much like the idea of a younger Felix, but as the movie went on, this Felix got to actually do more stuff than the Felix in Goldfinger, and I go, actually, I like the fact that Bond has a spy counterpart that's actually taking some initiative, it's not afraid to get its hands dirty. I like that. This thing keeps sliding shut. Best Bond girl, I'm honestly going to go with Domino on this. That's kind of a bit surprising to me because I didn't think Honey Rider would be upstaged for a long time. So, like, the reasons I think I prefer Domino is that I feel like she's a good mix between, all 3 of the major Bond girls, Honey Rider, Tatana, I can never pronounce her name, and Pussy, because, she's got the important factor to the plot that Honey Rider, all 3 of them did, actually. She's got the, how should I phrase this? Best Bond Girl, I'm honestly going to do something I wasn't expected to do this soon. I'm going to take off Honey Rider and put Domino there, in my opinion. There's several reasons for that. One, I think honestly Domino is hotter. Yeah, flame me all you want on that. It's just the way I think. But also I feel like she's a good blend of all three of the major Bond girls from the previous movies because like with Pussy and Titana, she's got the affiliation with the bad guy, but like Titana, she's got the innocence, Honey Rider, well, the hotness ability. She appears to be more than just a casual flirtation with Bond. It seems like there's a little bit more to it, even though, of course, she's only going to be in this movie. And also, she's not afraid to take a bit of initiative because her killing number 2 was a main reason for upstaging Honey Rider because none of the other Bond girls I think would have done an act like that. I think they would have tried to help Bond out, but it just wouldn't have worked. Domino, good job. Best Q interaction, that's here, I think, because now we get more of the sort of quote-unquote ongoing rivalry between him and Bonds, because Bonds fooling around with everything, not totally taking Q seriously and all that, and yet there's an appreciation for him for coming up with all of these fancy gadgets, and there's also an appreciation of Q to Bond for willingly sticking his neck on the line all the time. He can't lead a normal life or anything like that. Best M is still From Russia with Love. Best ending, I honestly think it's this one because of all the action that was going on, cool special effects, a great way to kill off the bad guy. Although I have to admit, what's the point of including a parachute within the inflatable life raft and all of that? That was a little strange to me. And finally, the best movie, I'm going to controversially say it's this one, because the other 3 movies, they're all kind of classic Bonds in a way, the ones that everyone say are good and all that. This one, I thought going in, honestly had a sort of hit or miss kind of feel, even though it is entirely possible. Once I see later ones, it'll ebb back to the same level as the others, but I really enjoyed this one. It's just one of the things that really worked for me. So I'm going to give this one another 4.5, albeit this one's a little more controversial, I think, than the others, because, well, the others I'm more than comfortable putting there. This time it's a 4.5, but I get the feeling it's only going to work for me. Alright? But still, I consider this a good movie, a nice change of pace, and we get even more inspiration for the Austin Power movies, because I honestly thought they came up with the number 2 because number 1's face, wasn't hidden, so they were going to give him a big subordinate and all that, but it turns out they did everything, including an old guy, the eye patch, and then just... whoa. Oh yeah, and then the, burning chairs, yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review. Sorry that it was late. I was busy with college and a couple of other things. As a note, the next round of Bondathon movies, I'm actually going to be doing 2. I'll be doing You Live Only Twice, and the non-EON movie Casino Royale, the one that stars David, I can't pronounce his last name, N-I-E-N, I think, as James Bond, the comedy, the one that's got a bunch of problems with it. I'll be seeing that first, and then I'll be tackling Connery's next movie. So, this should make up for the week I wasn't able to post a James Bond review. See ya.